June 2nd, 2020, 5:30, Rules, Confirmation, and Public Elections Committee. Call roll first. Councilmember Evans. Councilmember Evans, are you here?
I saw her come off mute, but I did not hear her.
Okay. Councilmember Evans, you're here? I'll come back to Aaron. Councilmember Lee?
I am here.
Hey, Councilmember Murphy?
Present.
Here. Councilmember Rutherford?
Here.
Right. Councilmember Sepulveda?
Here.
Councilmember Sledge?
Present.
Councilmember Stiles? Councilmember Stiles, are you here? There you are.
Yes, had to go to my cell phone.
Great, okay. And Councilmember Evans? Councilmember Evans, you're on mute if you're trying to make your presence known. It's not. All right, so we'll go with 7 for right now. First up, but to make a motion that pursuant to Governor Lee's Executive Order 16 regarding electronic meetings is extended by Executive Order 34, that this committee meeting agenda constitutes essential business of the Metropolitan Council, and that meeting electronically is necessary to protect the health, safety, and welfare of Tennesseans in light of the COVID-19 outbreak. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Deal. All right. First up, we have Resolution 2020-350. It's Parker. Commends measures taken by the courts, the Davidson County Sheriff's Office, and utility providers to avoid evictions and service shutoffs during the COVID-19 pandemic, and urging continuation of these efforts. Councilmember Parker, are you here?
Yes, Chair. Let me see.
Thank you. Is there a motion on the resolution? Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, ready to vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. And I see Councilmember Evans is here. So 8 in favor and none against. Thank you, Councilmember Parker.
Thank you.
Next up, RS 2020-351, Benedict and Bradford. It requests Governor Bill Lee, Secretary of State Trey Hargett, the State Election Commission, and the Tennessee General Assembly allow for mail-in ballots to be made available for every Tennessean for the upcoming 2020 primary and general elections. I see Councilmember Benedict here. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay, ready to vote? All in favor?
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? Great, approved 8-0. Thank you, Councilmember Benedict. Resolution 2020-352, Hall and Hurt requests the Davidson County delegation to the Tennessee General Assembly consider increasing the maximum income limit for eligibility and property tax relief programs for elderly Tennesseans. Councilmember Hall or Hurt here? I see Councilmember Hurt. Is there any, can I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Do you want me to speak?
If you'd like to.
Okay, basically, just because, the property taxes are going up, tax freeze and the tax relief program is staying at the lower amount of the incomes that residents have. So it seems to me that the income should go higher as long as the taxes are going higher, so they would be eligible, and that just hasn't happened. And we've tried to do it here on the local level, they've told us that we needed to go to the state level. So we're filing the resolutions to see if we can get something done on that level. And I'm just asking for your support.
Great. Thank you, Councilmember. I agree. As cost of living goes up, it makes sense for those limits to go up. Any other discussion? All right. Councilmember Evans? I see Councilmember Evans. I don't hear you.
I think her hand was up in error.
I see her mouth moving. I just don't hear anything. Yeah, and this is the same problem I had earlier when I had to call in. I'm sorry, Councilmember Evans. Councilmember Evans, do you want us to move forward or come back to this once your audio is working? Okay, thank you. Yeah. Any other discussion? Y'all feel free to chime in because I'm not scrolling up and down to raised hands. Okay, great. Are we ready to vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? All right, 8 in favor, none against. Councilmember Murphy, I think that I missed, you wanted to speak on the previous resolution, even though we already voted. Do you want to go ahead? I can hear your mouth moving, but I don't. Okay, well, I'm glad to know it's not just me, because is anyone from ITS on?
Yes, I see her unmuted, so I'm not sure why we can't hear Councilwoman Murphy.
I had the problem and had to call in, and Councilmember Evans, when she's unmuted, we can't hear her either.
Yeah, hang on just a second. If you don't mind, I can do something real fast. Councilmember Murphy, you can see my screen now. You can go down to the 3 dots and go to your audio connection, and you're probably using computer audio for now. Just go down to call in and say view. It'll give you the number you can call back in, and that'll reset your connection if you can't do that.
That's what I had to do.
She's saying nope. I don't know. Looks like she can call me. Yeah, it looks like.
I can freeway you into the call also, Councilmember Murphy, if you prefer. Okay. Okay, Councilmember Murphy just texted me that says I'll ask on the floor and requested to be marked as abstaining on the previous bill to get it off consent, presumably. So we'll change the vote on 351 to 7 in favor, none against, and 1 not voting. That was the resolution regarding mail-in ballot. Okay, moving on. Anybody is welcome to try to call into my phone, and you can join me on the call so that you can share my audio, or call into the number by clicking those 3 dots at the bottom of your screen. And I've never had this problem with Zoom, but here we are. Now we're on to resolution 2020-354. It's Bradford. I'll start looking for raised hands, y'all, both for the vote and for request to speak, since audio is not cooperating. 2020-354 honors DNA K9 Wolf on her retirement. Is Councilmember Bradford here? don't see him. Are you called in, Councilmember Bradford? Then this will be, let's roll this to the heel. We'll move on to late filed. First up, we have a resolution requesting that Nashville utility companies allow customers to pay any delinquent utility bills over a 12-month period. That's Councilmember Hurt, who is the president. Councilmember Hurt, can you speak to the emergency nature of this, both why it wasn't filed in advance and why it needs to be considered tonight, please?
It actually was filed in advance, but the staff failed to add it on. I mean, I have no problems because I actually wanted it to go before council members just in case that people wanted to sign on to it. Basically, what the resolution is asking is that a grace period of a year is given to those individuals whose utility bills may have stacked up. It can be stacked up for 3 months, but it take them more than 3 months to pay it down because you can, they will not be able to pay it immediately. So I wanted to make sure that we gave them adequate time to pay those bills. Just say, for instance, if they were able delayed to not paying their bill for electricity and they now have a $750 bill, they are able to pay $775 per month in order to reduce that delinquent bill and not be required to pay it at the end of the grace period that's already been given. Also, I was thinking that it may be a good idea for the late fees that they have collected over previous years, that they may use those funds to help some of those people who have had job losses or wage losses as a result of COVID-19 and utilize those funds to help cover some of those delinquent payments that they will be receiving in the coming months after this pandemic and after the grace period of being able to, furlough paying those bills. So if you'd like, we can defer it to another meeting. I'd leave it up to your expertise and advice.
I guess it's just a matter of whether you feel like this is an emergency that can't wait for the next meeting or not.
I don't think it's an emergency because I think they have until the end of June in order to, before they are required to pay that delinquent bill. So being that we've got a couple of more meetings, we can defer it into another meeting.
Okay, Councilmember, that's great. We can, okay, so then just tonight, you won't introduce it. It won't need to be deferred or anything like that. That you'll be in company with others who are doing the same thing, as a matter of fact. Thank you, Councilmember Hurt.
Okay.
The next late file is a resolution requesting that the Metropolitan Department of Public Health follow the lead of the Tennessee Department of Health and stop the practice of sharing COVID-19 patient information with law enforcement. It's Councilmember Sledge, O'Connell, Bradford, and Sepulveda. Councilmember Sledge, could you please speak to why it's an emergency, whether legislation could have been timely filed, and whether it can wait?
Yeah, so regarding timely filed, so the governor and the State Department of Public announced this less than a week ago, Wednesday, essentially, so well past our filing deadline for this meeting. And the urgency was the state has now ended its practice. It was ending May 31st. However, we have continued our data sharing. So that is the measure of urgency. I believe we're the only government in the state that is sharing in this way with law enforcement. So that's the urgency.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody have concerns with this being late filed? All right, thank you. Was it heard by health hospitals earlier?
Yes.
Yeah, great, thank you. Okay, so it's been considered on its merits by another department. We had two other late files. Well, we have three other late files. Two of them on the agenda. Councilmembers Swope and Benedict have elected to defer their introduction to next meeting. If either of you feels differently, please speak up. But that was my understanding from earlier.
No, Mr. Chair, you're exactly correct. This is Councilman Swope. Although this is very timely, I am going to wait, and the Vice Mayor has agreed to put it on the calendar for next Tuesday.
Great. Thank you, Councilmember.
Timely filed at that point. Thank you.
Thank you. Next late file is Councilman Hager. Are you here? Councilmember Hager?
Guess not. He might be out.
Councilmember Hager unmuted, and I think is another victim of the fact that WebEx won't let us hear each other. Councilmember Hager, I had to be able to be heard in this committee. I had to go to up at the top to communicate, and then audio connection, and then had to press a button there to get a call-in number. So we'll come back to you, and please call ITS if that doesn't work, because you're in company with many of us who can unmute but can't be heard. Let's go into elections and confirmation. We have two appointments for the Board of Equalization. Mr. Darwin Pankey has elected to withdraw his nomination as an alternate member, which leaves us with Ms. Sharon Greaves, who I think I saw earlier.
I'm here.
On the call. There you are. Hey, and we can hear you and everything. Okay, the appointment of Ms. Sharon Greaves as an alternate member for a term expiring April 1st, 2022. Ms. Greaves, would you mind introducing yourself and talking a little bit about your interest in serving on this board?
Yes, Sharon Greaves. I am the owner and CEO of Momentum Commercial Real Estate Services, and was nominated for the board, and have done some research and think that I can bring some value to the board with my 25 years experience in real estate.
Great. Thank you. Does anybody on the committee have any questions for Ms. Greaves? Can use the raise hand function if I can't hear you. Ms. Wilhoit, we don't need your technical assistance today. Well, we sort of do, but not completely. Is there anything you'd like to add?
It seems that you've taken a little page from my book on the three-way call. I hear that you're able to do those types of things.
Yeah, I learned from you.
But we look forward to having Sharon on board on the board. Of course, it's the mayor's appointment, but we look forward to helping her navigate through making these decisions that's going to be in the best interest of all parties. And thank you so much for taking up this confirmation. Look forward to working with you, Sharon.
Thank you so much, Vivian. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks, y'all. All right. I think we're ready to vote. How about this? I'll assume everybody's in favor unless you raise your hand, and then I'll ask if you're wanting to abstain or vote no. Seeing none, we have 8 in favor. Well, yeah, 8 in favor and none against. Thank you, Ms. Greaves. We'll see you next door in a bit.
Okay.
Next up, we have Ms. Shayla Paz. Please tell me if I mispronounced either of those names, with my apologies. Are you on the call?
Yes, I'm here.
Great, thank you. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, you did.
Great, thank you. Ms. Paz, would you mind introducing yourself and talking about your experience that you've had on this, this is Nashville Education, Community, and Arts Television. It's the reappointment of Ms. Shayla Paz for term expiring February 5th, 2023. Would you mind speaking a little, please?
Yes, my name is Shayla Paz. I was born in Cuba. I've been in Nashville for 20 years. Was appointed last year in February to the board. And I started my career in television at NICA. So this for me is like a way to giving back to the community that helped me launch my career on television. So I love serving on NICA.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Anybody have any questions or comments? All right, I think we're ready to vote. Is there anybody who wishes to be marked as no or abstaining on Ms. Paz's reappointment?
No.
All right. 8 in favor, none against. Thank you very much. We'll
Thank
see
you.
Shortly. Next up, we have the Planning Commission.
Can you hear me?
Councilmember Murphy. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought we did.
This is Aaron Evans. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you, Councilmember Evans.
Okay. Is Councilwoman Murphy raising her hand? Please take her.
Yes, but we can't hear her.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will skip ahead.
Councilmember Murphy, go to communicate. At the top, go to communicate. If you tried and you can't, call me and I'll three-way you in. Councilmember Evans.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Tibbs, for being willing to serve again. I wanted to hear your perspective about how you balance resident feedback about a project or proposed project versus the developer's needs, and what do you focus on to be able to come to a good solution or approval for, that'll work for everybody?
It's a very good question. It's such a case-by-case thing. I do kind of gravitate a lot more toward, communities and, keeping them intact. So whenever, when I look at development, I guess I do listen to what the neighbors are saying to make sure that how it would impact them. And if it's way negatively impacted, I want to hear more about that. But at the same time, I really try to balance it, because development is still important, but at the same time, your neighborhood, especially, that's kind of important to me, is maybe even more so sometimes. So I try to balance it out, and really the tools that the planning staff gives us, really helps make these decisions, because there's so many, I'm going to call it almost a toolbox of things you can pull out and understand on how to make the best decision. So I think that way, kind of gives us enough information, or definitely gives me in these cases, to be able to weigh which is the least, in my opinion, which is the best way to go forward. I hope I answered that okay.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Murphy sent me a note that says Brian Tibbs is wonderful on the commission and he has my full support. A handwritten note. There it is for public record. Okay. Any other comments or questions? Milligan, Ms. Camp, do you have anything you'd like to add? Kim, go right ahead.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to just say that Mr. Tibbs brings a rare combination of design experience as well as historic preservation experience, which has been invaluable to the board. And so, you know, we want our board to have lots of different professional backgrounds so we can have many different perspectives. And I think his skill sets have been a wonderful contribution, and we thank you for your consideration.
Thank you so much. Anybody else have any comments or questions? Okay, we're ready to vote. If anybody would like to be marked as no or abstaining, can you raise your hand? Great, 8 in favor, none against. Thank you very much, Mr. Tibbs.
Thank you.
Next up, we have the Public Library Board. I know I saw Ms. Ezell on here a second ago. There she is, okay. The appointment of Ms. Kate Reed Ezell, if I pronounced that wrong, please let me know, for a term expiring April 6, 2027. Would you mind introducing yourself and talking a bit about your interest in the board?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Look at that. I have been involved in the education space in Nashville for a number of years and identified the library as a huge conduit for all sorts of training and literacy programs, and so have been involved in the foundation that raises money to pay for the programming that the library is the conduit for. So I'm excited about being on the library board itself so that you understand better how that's done and how we can use the library. We've got 21 branches that are built and taxpayers pay for them. So as much as we can use them and utilize them, I'd like to be a part of that.
Fantastic, thank you. Any questions or comments for Ms. Ezell? Great, okay, I think we're ready to vote. If anybody is opposed or wishes to abstain, please raise their hand. Oh, wait, I hear someone. Somebody want to speak? Okay.
No, I was just going to vote, sorry.
Oh, okay. If anybody would like to vote no or abstain, please raise your hand either in real life or using the raise hand function. Seeing none, 8 in favor, none against. Thank you, Ms. Ezell. And that brings us to the Sports Authority. I see former Councilmember Page on. We have Sports Authority, the reappointment of Ms. Anna Page for a term expiring February 19th, 2026. Ms. Page, would you mind introducing yourself and talking a little bit about your time on the Sports Authority? You're currently muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Cool. Hi. So I'm really excited about the Sports Authority and the direction I feel like it's going. I think that I hope that I'm an asset with my previous experience as a council member and also as a business owner in Nashville. I love serving the city, and I'm super excited about having my own full term.
Great. Thank you. Does anybody have any comments or questions for Ms. Page? Reputation precedes you. All right, I think we're ready to vote. If anybody wishes to vote no or abstain, please raise your hand. Okay, 8 in favor, none against. Thank you, Ms. Page. See you next door. Okay, let's go back. Councilmember Hager, can we see if we can hear you? Nope.
Hey, Councilman or Chair?
Yes.
Councilman Hager has texted me And so he shared about his late filed bill. And so I don't know if we can suspend the rules so I can share his text message with the group or how that would work. Or...
That's great. If you can share what he said about why it's late filed and why it needs to be heard tonight.
Okay. So he says, my bill is late filed because they forgot to file it to track the planning commission date.
Gotcha. Okay. And did he say why it needs to move forward tonight?
Let's ask.
Okay. Thank you, Councilmember Hager.
All right. Imagine he's typing.
Looks like it.
Oh, he says, yes, it needs to be able to track the setting on the planning commission at the next date.
Okay.
Hey, Councilman, this is Matt Wilkinson with the council office. Just to elaborate on that, the planning was supposed to send over the bill with the batch of other planning bills, and it just slipped through the cracks. However, this is currently slated to go to the second Planning Commission meeting in June, and to maintain a single notice but for the Planning Commission and then the council public hearing at the first meeting in July. It needs to start the process today, so it has time to go on the public hearing.
Great. All right. Thank you, Matthew. Does anybody have any concerns with the late filed nature of this piece of legislation?
No.
I see no hands. I see no worries. Thank you, Councilmember Hager. Okay, that is everything on our agenda. If anybody dares attempt to bring anything else up, you're welcome to try right now. Being none, for the second week in a row, we are mercifully adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.